Did you know, in the expanded media of Doctor Who, there is a species of murderous singing puppets called the Scorchies. Created by writer James Goss from Big Finish, the Scorchies made their first appearance in a Big Finish audio drama from the Doctor Who The Companion Chronicle series. The story is designed to feel like the final installment of a long serialized Third Doctor adventure. You know the ones. In it, the Doctor is nowhere to be seen, leaving his companion, Jo Grant, to deal with the situation on her very own, where we are introduced to the invading force, the Scorchies. Attempting to invade the world through their own TV show and even swapping places with the Doctor at a single point in the story. I mean, hell of an introduction. An actually ingenious way of being able to work around the late John Pertwee, of course, not being able to appear in it. I think that's kind of brilliant. Now, they'll attempt invasion like a lot of other alien species throughout the series do, but their methods are not exactly how other alien species will do. As the furry, felted, fiendish sadists they are, they mercilessly scorch other planets and love every second of it. But that is actually not their defining trait. No. Their most defining trait is that they force everyone and everything around them, even themselves, to sing for their own amusement. Right up to your death at their hands, or you've sung yourself to death. The way I see it, this is like Pennywise marinating you in fear before finally getting around to eating you. Now, some background. The Scorchies were once a species very similar to humans at one point. They lived day to day, much like we do here on Earth. Until, one day, a scientist on their planet made one of the best inventions that their culture had ever seen. Television! So when they were invaded by an army far larger than themselves, and far more technologically advanced, they were way too glued to their TVs to be able to fight back. And the invaders succeeded. Well, for the most part. You see, if it wasn't for the massively trusted scientists they had to be able to save their pelts one more time, at the last moment, creating a device that found a way to use television waves to transport them over to another planet and away from the invasion. But when he got the calculations wrong, they all arrived, left incorporeal. Now forced to take on the form of the nearest bodies that they can inhabit. A large amount of dolls and show puppets. Now they roam the universe, jealously invading other planets and species with corporeal forms, using absurd entertainment devices created by them, hypnotizing the species with TV programs, using different scientific means to emit something to go into your brain and force you to sing for their own amusement before discarding you. Going full scorched earth. And in the meantime, feeding off the emotions, positive or negative, from you and your suffering through the performance. Since their initial introduction in 2013, the Scorchies have gone on to appear several more times across Big Finish productions. However, they have never appeared in the main TV show, or, of course, the comics or the novels. But for Big Finish's spin-off material, it expanded on them even further from there and gave them even further a life of their own, including appearances in Jago and Lightfoot, Iris Wildtime, and even Torchwood. So when or if you ever get around to rewatching Torchwood, just know that between these two episodes, Captain Jack just took a flamethrower to burn a bunch of these things alive right in the middle of it. I love these little guys. Personally, I love them so much that I just felt inclined during the boredom of lockdown to write them into a Doctor Who story I wrote back in 2020, which did later get adapted into the Series 11 Redux by Beware and his team, so check that out if you feel like it. I think everyone did an amazing job on that. There's just so much untapped potential, and like even currently I'm tweaking my current musical, but I still do have plans to have them appear in there as well. There's plenty of ideas that they could be used for. They deserve exposure. They deserve to be expanded on. I just feel like I need to bring this up because there's so much more there it could be done. There's so much more love that they deserve, so much more appreciation. There's a ton of potential with these creatures that just hasn't been tapped into yet. Now, they haven't had an appearance since 2016, but here's hoping they're reevaluated, their potential is further realized, and they make a comeback. And hopefully, especially in the main range. They've never appeared in it. They are a perfect Doctor Who villain. They show off the very best of what Doctor Who can offer when you lean into the sheer imagination and endless potential of this series as a writer. I love these guys, and I really hope they come back one day. Maybe one day, they'll get their comeback album.